This is going to go out to the YouTuber that copies every single video that I do. When you make your 2.0 version of this video, make sure you include the information that you must test the product on the paper, because we don't want you to screw anybody up. Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you probably about 20 different products. They're all color changing in some way or another, or they shine, they shimmer, they reflect. Some of these products are made to go over black, and some of them can go over black and white, and I will tell you in the video which one is good for what. I'm going to start off using black. Now, black is going to enhance the color greatly because you're seeing the black coming through. Most of these are shimmer or clear, so whatever color you have under it will be the predominant color that comes through. So because I'm using it on black, you're seeing the black come through. So we got a lot of products to get through. Let's begin. The first medium that we're going to talk about is something called Dragon Glaze. A glaze is a shiny top coat. Now, we've talked about sealers. These are sealants for your pictures. Some of them go on clear, some of them don't. So you really have to test out what you're using and decide where you want to put it. A great place for these iridescent mediums are the eyes and the lips. Looks really good. They also look beautiful on foliage. I mean, here I'm teaching you how to color in realism, and I'm telling you to put a iridescent medium on your plants. But art can be fun. Doesn't have to always be real. So, Dragon Glaze, it's inexpensive. It's off of Amazon. There's several different types. I have the full color range one, and it changes from every color. You could see what it does on the label. This is a picky medium. You can put only 2 layers on. If you put a 3rd layer of this on, you ruin the effect. It goes away. And I think it's because what it's set in, the white that it's set in, gets too thick for the color to happen. Now, most of these mediums look really good on black. Some of them, and I'll tell you which ones, can be used on white. And by black, like a black background. So you can see this medium is white, and it'll change. That's just the wet version of it. So I'm going to take my brush, and I'm going to apply 1 layer. I'm going to take it to my heat gun, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is mostly dry. Tomorrow it'll be much better. Now, it's very hard to see in the camera, but it's extremely glittery. It's almost holographic, and I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up. Okay, as time is going on, it's coming off. Probably by the end of the filming of this video, it'll look better. Okay, here it's starting. Can you see it? That's Dragon Glaze. And it'll change even more. The next product is called Enchanted, and that's by DecoArt. And that too goes on white, and it will dry clear. And this is a top glaze, or a top coat. And I believe this one is the blue. Although it does not look blue. It'll surprise you. So this one is a little bit more subtle. And it too needs to dry. And you could see the blue in it, even though it went on white, and it sparkles and it moves the light. Now imagine this as highlights in the hair. Just apply it to the highlight of any hair to give it a blue tinge and a sparkle. That's Enchanted Blue. I also have the Magenta. The Magenta is really very pretty. It's a little bit stronger in color. I really should just dip my paintbrush in it. I'm wasting a lot. And you can see it right here. And that's the magenta. As I said, this one's a lot stronger. Test it out now. You can see it nicely. Now they're all starting to shine up. Wait until you see the last one. I showed this in a video, and this is the color shift by FolkArt. I'm not going to pour it out so you can see it. This one is the green, and this is great for mermaid scales. And this shifts to gold, and you'll see it in just like a second. From green to gold. And of course that needs to dry. They do get bright. Okay, and then I have the color shift in the blue. This is my favorite. Look how gorgeous that is. My absolute favorite. I have a tendency to go to the blues. I like the color blue. And I did that. I used this over pencil the other day. What a difference. Because when you use it over pencil, one direction you see the pencil, and the other direction you see the shine. So when you're using this on your coloring pictures, don't overdo. You can always do more. And look at the dragon glaze, shinier and shinier. In fact, they all are. And you can see the green now coming out more in that one. Now they have two other color shifts, and I have one more. I couldn't find the yellow. They didn't have it. But there's a yellow or a gold one. And here's the magenta one. And this shifts to blue. So it starts out pinkish purple or magenta. And it's got to dry for you to get the full effect. But you could see it's shifting now over to the blue. So pretty. And wait, do you see the last one? The last one's my favorite. The next one is by Liquitex. And this is called Iridescent Medium. Now this could be used over your pencil, or it could be mixed with a paint to give any paint color an iridescent look. It thins out the paint, it makes it flow better. And this is going to dry clear and just give you the iridescent look. This is the one that I really like. In fact, I'm going to shake it up. This, I think, is the safest one when you put it on your pictures. That you don't have to worry about it as much as the other ones adding too much. And this reminds me of the dragon glaze. They're both pretty much chemically the same thing. One is, they're both mediums, but this one is way less. So that has to dry. That's still white. So we'll give it a minute and then we'll come back to it. Then I've got, that comes in a set, and these are by US Art Supply. And this is the pearl red. This is the gold, even though they are white. This is the blue. And we have the violet, and I'll demo all of them. These I can put out just a little bit. They're a little thicker. Not a little, but a lot. And you can mix this into the Liquitex Iridescent Medium. Or you can add something called Floating Medium to it, and that helps liquefy it. And these are pretty strong. And this one is Gold Pearl. and the color will start coming up. The Liquitex is starting to sparkle. I'll blast it with the heat gun if it doesn't dry in time. Okay, this is the Violet Pearl. Okay, we'll just give that a minute. Reminds me of that one. Okay, and the next one is the blue. And just a little drop. And the last one is the red. Okay, and that was the violet. And this is the red. This one has a lot of gold in it. I have my coloring book by Color It. They just sent me their new flowers that I'm going to do one of the pictures in this. As I said, this one goes on like a red gold. And one way it's red, like if I keep turning it light in the right way. So let that dry. The last two products I'm going to show you are a little bit expensive. This is Solar Colored Dust Liquid Crystal. And I bought the 12 color change. This little jar, this tiny little thing, was expensive. It was $33.97 plus $3.99 shipping. A little does go a long way, so don't be put off with the exact size. It does not have a great rating on Amazon, but I don't think people are really reading the directions. You have to shake it up really good, okay? Because when I used it the first time, it worked fantastic, and everybody thought it was the coolest thing ever. Okay, so here's the amount you get. I'm going to work off the cap, because that's all you really need. Okay, so this stuff is way different than everything else. And I'm going to show you in a minute why. And this too, you don't have to apply many coats, maybe 1, 2 coats at most. Now we're going to let that dry because it's not going to work unless it's completely dry. And I think people get pissed off that it's not working. And I haven't even told you what it's going to do. So the second one, called Rainbow Liquid, and you get 5 milliliters. That's a tiny little bit. And what you had, the other one I think is the same amount. What I like about this one that I put on, the Solar Crystal one, is that you don't have to keep it in the refrigerator. This one comes from Culture Hustle. And if they have the craziest things on their website. I'm going to leave their link in the description. They have all these paints and inks and everything, and they are like the coolest things ever. And I'm going to just show you quickly. See this blackboard? I painted that, and I used black 3.0. This is the darkest pigment available on the planet. And it goes on matte, and you can paint the backgrounds or anything in it. And it is black. It shows no, it shows everything actually, because it's black. But it has no light reflection whatsoever. They have all sorts of things. While that's drying, I'll show you some of the other things if I can find them. So I have a lot of different products from them, and they call their paints and stuff potions, and because they're really cool. So this is the liquid gold, and I've used it a lot. It's the goldest gold that there is, and when it goes on, it really does go on. I don't want to knock anything over. And no, this company is not sponsored. Wish it was. This is just a friendly shout out. That's still drying. Its effect is still coming out. This is their liquid silver. How many times do you do jewelry? And I actually haven't used this one before. This is going to be the first time I'm using it. Very flowing, very liquidy. They have one other product, which I love too. This is liquid mirror, and it's more like a chrome. You have to shake it up really well, and you can hear it. These are not like paints. They're kind of like mediums. I don't know how to describe them. I mean, they're paints, but they're not like what you would expect like an acrylic paint to be. And this is the liquid mirror. Look at that. And I've seen other demos where people have used this. And if you do it bright enough, like if you do it big enough, you actually get a reflection. It's that bright. I've used it on, I think, 2 projects that I've worked on already. Beautiful. I think I like it better than the silver, but I haven't seen the silver dry yet. Okay, so then they have their lit products. These 3 are the blue, the pink, and the yellow. These are fluorescent. And these are mica powders, so you need to have a medium base. And you can use the iridescent base with this. Could you imagine that? What you can do to your pictures? And then they have the world's glowiest, and this is their words, glowiest glow powder. And you get, believe it or not, you get a lot, because when you buy this on Amazon, like any of the glow powders, they don't glow as long as this one, and it's not as bright. So I'm going to try to put it up to the light, and if I turn the main light off, you're going to be in the dark in a second. Well, not really dark, because me and his cage is still on. Oh, wow, you can really tell. It is lit up. And I only charged it for a couple of seconds. And it stays lit for a really long time. Like, way longer. Like, sometimes, like, with other glow-in-the-dark powders and things that you add in, it only glows for a couple of seconds. This stays for a really, really long time. Look, it's still glowing. And if I had charged this for more than, like, just a couple of seconds, it would really show. Let's see. It might see it. I have a lot of lights. So that's the lit. This is getting there. Almost there, but not quite. I don't know why they got a bad review on Amazon. I think people think it's deceptive because it's so small. But I just used it off the cap. I haven't even dipped a brush into it yet. And I'm on my 3rd time using it. Now, the other one, as I said, is called Rainbow Liquid. And this is by the same company that does the potions. We'll see which one is better. They're both around the same price. One is cheaper, but they charge you a lot of shipping. Culture Hustle, where these potions come from, they really charge you a lot. So let me just get that drying, and we'll be back to look at it. It's the next day, and I decided that I was going to swatch them over white so you could see the big difference in it. Now, the darkness of this one is the pigment over black, and this is the blackest black that there is, so it's going to show up a lot more. Truer to what you will see on your paper is clear, and now I'm going to show you it in the light, the shimmer. The dragonfly definitely shows its iridescence over a darker color, and it says that in the instructions to use it over a black or a dark medium, like a dark hue. And you can see the shimmer in it, but it doesn't show as much as in the first one. So you can use this over your pencils. It comes out really nice over pencils, and get that shimmery color, but still see the undertone of the pencil that you used. Now these are the Enchanted, and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. These are meant to go over white, not black. Although you can go over black, it looks nice. And it gives a very fine sheer. Now you can see it, if I can grab it in the light. You can see the blue and you can see the very light magenta, which is a huge difference of what it looked like on the black. So here is it over black, and here's it very fine bluish tinge over the white. And the same thing with the pink. The pink one is very dark over black, and then gives a very sheer pink shimmer over white. Let's see if I can get my lighting. Showing lighting effects in paint is so hard. Okay, there it is. But now the light's in my eye. Now these are the color shift, and they look beautiful over white or black, these three. And you can see this is the green and gold. And here we have the green and gold on white paper, the blue, and then you have the purple that shifts to, well, it's pink that shifts over to purple. Okay, this is the clear iridescent medium. Now it came out very dark on black, but it's extremely sheer, almost clear over the white. And that will just give your picture like a tinge of the iridescence. And of course, any color that you're using would come through, and that color would become the iridescent base. And the same thing goes for these paints, where that's why they're white. They're really, it's clear. And you can see the gold does the same thing, the pink, the blue, and the red. So you could see the difference that when you go in this direction, you'll see the pencil. When you go in this direction, you'll get that shimmer over it. Now these are the thermal colors. They say not to use it on white. I mean, they specifically say use it only on black. And I could see where it's not really coming up on white paper at all. So I probably wouldn't even think about putting this on white paper. It's not even color shifting in any way for me. So here's the gold, then you have the silver, and then you have the mirror. And the mirror is definitely very shimmery. I could see a reflection in it. Well, now I'm going to cast a shadow on it, but I can see a reflection in it. It's that shiny. The silver, like from the camera angle, the silver looks like it is extremely silvery, but the mirror is actually more in person. It's kind of deceptive in the picture. But these are the shimmers. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.